Hello there. I apologize again for the mic quality. Let me put this down and let me draw some cards that will be relevant to this message. Alright, I'm going to be putting, sorry, this was not by my face. I am going to be putting these in pictures, the ones that fell out. But one thing that I got here was She Who Loved Once Blue. I'm getting Geneva. Geneva was at the bottom of my deck. She Who Radiates. Blue is Fragile, Secret Love, Rejection. She Who Radiates. Geneva, Knowing, Ambition, Confidence. So as you can see kind of in the picture that I'm going to show, these two figures are kind of facing away from each other, and they have two different vibes, and I think that might be relevant, you know. Geneva has a lot more reds, purples. She looks much more elegant, much more rich, you know, much more put together. And Blue, on the other side, is, you know, a lot quieter, a lot simpler. She has a lot of natural elements, and it's not like Geneva doesn't, but she's definitely simpler, a lot more flowy, less skin hugging, and her headdress is just natural. So I'm thinking this is just conflicting. They're kind of looking away from each other, but at the reader. I feel like Blue might have been you. You might have had some secret love, some rejections in your life that this Geneva person might have been blocking you from. This may have been a person who was, in your mind, more successful than you. I try not to say that because we all have different successes, but I think perhaps in the form of society and the way society enjoys thinking about success, it may be like that. I just pulled Nemesis, She Who Avenges. Nemesis, Revenge, Outcomes, Justice. I think this is somebody who you've been battling with for a very long time. I'm unsure what this figure might be. It might be an older person. I'm seeing perhaps an older woman. Someone of your own gender who you have been fighting with. Someone who I'm seeing that you two are equals, just not in the same way. Thank you so much, Spirit. Let's get another card. Brise, She Who Surprises. Okay, I'm getting a little bit more thoughts here. Let me organize them a little bit. So the way it looks like Brise, Surprise, Discovery, Revelation, She Who Loved Once Blue, Fragile, Secret Love, Rejection, She Who Radiates, Geneva, Knowing, Ambition, Confidence, She Who Avenges, Nemesis, Revenge, Outcomes, Justice. What I'm seeing is a lot of this very tense energy between you represented by Blue and this other person represented by Geneva. It's very interesting, almost, the kind of relationship that you have to this person. You're equals, and you have some of the similar things going on. You have similar interests, similar things, but it's just not connected. You two are the same but different, if you know what that means. Like your personalities may clash, but your life paths are crossing each other, and it's led to a lot of competition, whether or not you wanted to fight Geneva or not Geneva wanted to. This person represented by Geneva. You as Blue may have... pardon me, 1 second. Sorry, I had to cough. Illness may be significant. Just in the middle of that, I just started coughing out of nowhere. But Blue, Fragile, Secret Love, I'm thinking that you probably looked up to this other person, and this other person saw you as a threat because they saw the same capabilities in you. But you had a different way of carrying yourself, and whether that was something that was like, you know, something that would have actually gotten you ahead in life, or if it was just a quality that they were jealous of in you. I think that depends on your interpretation of this reading. There is a pretty big collective. Not everyone is going to resonate with everything, Or they'd be like, well, maybe that's not how I see myself. Perhaps that's how this person in Geneva saw you. And then with Bry's over here, I think that they were surprised by you, and that led into the nemesis energy. Bry's, she who surprises. You surprised them pretty good. You were doing something. You were fine. You were doing your own thing, and you probably don't even know what this situation is. Let me actually pull for this situation. Yeah. So the situation that you had, it showed that you were further ahead than Geneva in emotions, because I just drew the Six of Swords and I drew Strength reversed, and I think Strength reversed goes under Geneva and you go with blue. You moved away with something. You moved away from something. You started traveling. You started traveling, you started moving, you started doing something where it was moving away from past misery. You were escaping something that Geneva could never. It could have been a familial cycle that either, maybe this is a sister, maybe it could have been like a family trauma cycle that you managed to push through, but Geneva never did. Maybe it was like you both had similar trauma and Geneva was unable to get over hers, but you were able to get over yours. I'm seeing it as family. Let me pull another card just to confirm. The Fool reverse. I'm thinking it could have been in many areas, actually. I think I was latching a little bit onto like the familial part of it. But really, it could have been a lot of different things. You chose to do something that Geneva felt like they could never. Listen, anyone can do anything. People, the only limitations in people's minds are themselves. You didn't have those same limitations. Yeah, I just drew the Hermit. You did something. You did something that was super, like, unprecedented in Geneva's mind. You moved away, you self-isolated, you chose the higher path, is what I'm hearing. Like, you became the bigger person, and Geneva hated that, because Geneva cannot be the bigger person. They have not overcome the lion. They don't know how to be the bigger person. And they haven't started their own journey at all, and they're jealous of your journey right now. That's interesting. They're jealous of the journey that you're on right now. I'm going to draw another one, because when I first channeled this reading, it was like multiple people, so I think that's one situation. I think that is one situation that we have here. I'm going to pause my recording and I'm going to take a picture, and I will be right back with a little bit more. So I'm getting a little bit more energy from another person. That was the situation with one person. I'm going to be trying to do like some kind of solution. I don't like just telling people things without like a way to fix the situation. Nemesis was at the bottom of my oracle deck again. But let's see here. Drawing one. Futura came out in reverse. I don't normally read these oracle cards in reverse, but I'm seeing that Futura was supposed to come out in reverse. So that's what I'm going to do. Let me just turn it over and read. She who divines, Futura, future choice judgment. I think this is one of your, I don't want to call them enemies. And saying that you have enemies, I think, is so limiting. But I think this is definitely like a villainous enemy energy. So we're just going to keep that one. We're just going to say. And then you here are Colette, she who nurtures. So already what I'm seeing is this conflicting energy between the second person and you. It's interesting. It's really interesting. Let me think about what to say, because my words are having a little bit of trouble coming out. I'm seeing it being a conflict between intuitions. I'm seeing this be a professional, almost like conflict, if you kind of understand what I mean. It's this overwhelming energy of trying to get ahead but failing at every corner. What I'm seeing with Colette here is that people in my collective may have intuition, may have psychic ability. Some of you may be using them to get money, but it's a very natural gift. And you know, I have been reading through, again, the Psychic Witch. It's always good to go back to the basics when you do these sort of things. And within the Psychic Witch, it talked about, like, you know, it's one of the first chapters, is that psychic ability is not a gift, it is a talent that you have to work on. Like, this is something that anyone can do, and that's something I do fully believe. Anyone can just do this. But you have to be able to put in the work and the time. Some people are more naturally gifted towards one thing, while some other people who want to do the same thing, they have to work harder. That's not a bad thing, and you're not behind anyone. It's your own personal journey. But Futura here has kind of the opposite idea. They may be gifted, but it's almost like you don't have this same gift sort of thing. They're looking at you right now with all of your talents, and maybe it's not psychic, but maybe you have just a talent, a natural ability for something. It could be something related to art, but I'm seeing it be in the field of work, or if you're younger, perhaps just education, like you're able to take tests better than everyone else in your class. You effortlessly win, which is a good thing, and you shouldn't be humble about it. I'm seeing that you may be very humble about it, you know, whether it's an expectation of society or whether that's something that, you know, you don't like to brag, you don't like to boast, you don't like to advertise yourself, you don't like to do all of that. You know what I mean? But it's different. It's different. It's definitely like, sorry, something's trying to come through and I'm getting a little bit quiet and confused. You are definitely like moving. You're definitely moving up, moving forwards, moving. There's like movement here. And Futura doesn't think that they're moving in the same way. I'm seeing this as like a coworker, even someone who's supposed to be a mentor to you, someone who's worked harder. I'm seeing that this they don't want this message to get out because it's shameful. You know, this energy is very shameful. Here you are, probably younger, probably spent less time in your field, spent less time in the hobby, spent less time, and now you're able to very easily monetize it, very easily make a name for yourself. You know, whether or not you worked on this for 10 years in the shadows, 20 years in the shadows, and you're just now stepping into it, that's not how Futura sees it. You know what I mean? Futura is like, what are you doing that I'm not doing? And she's pulling cards to be able to see. I say she just because there's, you know, a woman on the front of the card, but this could be anyone of any gender, just like how you could be. Perpetua, she who aches, sadness, solitude, silent withdrawal. You don't understand what's going on right now. Listen, it's because I think that you are very humble. You know, some of you may not be, some of you may feel like you're not humble, but really it is kind of a humble thing. I just drew Iris. Iris was at the bottom of my deck. She who changes, Iris, transformation, change, enchantment. You change. You are able to naturally go with the flow, and you're just doing your own thing. You don't think of yourself as very great. It's very easy for you to see the flaws within yourself. It's really easy for you to say, oh no, you know, I'm nothing special. I'm nothing. Why is this person jealous of me? This person is jealous of you because you are something special. Listen, you need to just say it. It's something that I've had to learn on my own path. Like, why am I being humble about this? I know. When you know yourself and your strengths and the reason why some people may feel jealous, it becomes so much easier. You know, I spent so many tears thinking that, oh, why do these people hate me? All I want to do is love. It's because they don't love themselves. It's because you have to look inside yourself and say, okay, I'm going to move forwards without this person. Honestly, I don't even want to draw any more cards. It's just that. There's this person, Futura, it's so, like, Futura is doing the most for the least amount of effort. Like, in the card, the woman is holding, like, you know, the tarot cards. She's watching, she's waiting. It's about future. It's about thinking about this, but it's not going anywhere because it's in reverse. She's not doing things in the right way. She may have gone to a tarot reader to be able to learn things about you, but there's probably just a big block, especially here with Iris. I don't know what everyone's religion is, but Iris is, you know, the Kemetic goddess of witchcraft. That's Isis. But whenever I say, I just immediately thought of, like, Isis, the divine Iris. Goodness me, I'm out of it. See, this reading's fucking me up a little bit. It's very confusing. It's very all over the place energy. But I think that is kind of a symbol from the divine. Like, there's a snake, which is the ancient Greek representation of healing, you know, on her arm. I'm thinking that you're getting protection from your spirit guides, and there's just nothing to worry about with this aspect of the reading. This person is doing too much, but it's putting them under the ground. It's putting them in such a position where they're wasting all of this energy while you get stronger. They could have been putting their energy into things that actually mattered, and they decided not to. So that's how it is. I'm going to pause and show you the cards and the positions, and I will be right back. Alright, and now I'm getting, let me pull some cards. I'm getting a third person here. Let me see. Sorry, I've had to put my phone down a lot. It's annoying, I know. I'll be able to afford a mic someday. I'm trying. She Who Grants Wishes, Alice. Iris came out again, but in the reverse. I think I'm going to take reverse readings for oracle cards. There's a person here who's kind of in the darkness, I would say. Like, for this card, I always thought it looked pretty bright. But then in the reverse, it's like this dark shadow. This person is kind of scared to be your enemy. Like, this is not a person who's normally like this, and I think it scares them a little bit. You know, Iris, she who changes, transformation, change, enchantment. Yeah, this is a person who doesn't want to understand that aspect of themselves. And you're over here doing your own thing. Elias, wish, desires, hope. She's looking at her wand. She's looking at the wishes. That was something that the oracle book said about, and it stood out to me. It's like she's not looking anywhere else except for the wishes, and she's able to deny. She's able to repurpose. She's able to do what she will with the wishes. Whatever the hell the wishes do. You know, it's up to her whether or not she wants to grant them, she wants to move forward with them. It's all up to her. It's all in her hands. You're doing your own thing. That was been a pretty good, like, symbol of the reading. It's like you're just doing your own thing. You're not doing anything else. You're doing your own. What is everyone else doing? Like, I feel like there's this weird stubbornness now where it's like everyone wants your energy. your time, your attention. You know, I just had a conversation with my mother today. Time is money, and I've been thinking about that since. Time is money. You're putting time and effort into yourself, into your wishes, into granting your own wishes, and this person knows it. This person isn't not intelligent. This person isn't stupid. They know that they're wasting time, but I believe that they're just ignoring this. I posted on my Tumblr a reading. I channeled this reading through a song. I mean, I try to channel. It's kind of hard for me to just channel, like what the questions are. So oftentimes I'll look through messages in the song, and this one, it was about the shadow. Like the album cover was so dark, and it was like streaks of stars. And I was like, oh, this is very shadowy. And I was drawn to a lot of images that were like black and white, like tones of gray. So it's something that I think is relevant in this reading as well. I went on a little bit of tangent there. But it was like that. It was these darks, this tone, this gray. This person has a shadow aspect, and I think that shadow aspects, you can say what you want about Carl Jung, but I think he was onto something there. Where there's going to be darker parts of yourself that you don't want to expose, that you don't want to face. And I'm not gonna lie, I became the happiest I ever been. I'm in a position where I am the happiest and the most confident I've ever been because I decided to do that work. I decided to say, hey, I can be a jealous person. I can be a possessive person. I can get really angry. Like, instead of, well, I want to change these things, the negative aspects of myself that ruin the relationships I have around people. But first you have to understand that they're there, and you have to accept that they're there. That kind of weird to say, but that's basically what's happening with this Iris person here, and this is what's happening with you. This Iris person is having to face their shadows. Sorry, I just got a notification. And it's not working, and it's just not working. They don't want to. I just got the Four of Wands in reversed, Six of Wands upright, the Eight of Wands upright. You're out here manifesting. You're doing your own thing. This person is pretty trapped. Yeah, this may have been a person who's your friend. I'm not saying much closer than a friend, but also not for far away in like a relationship, like a coworker or like just somebody you know. Probably at worst, it's somebody who you know through another friend. You know what I mean? Like, you'll have your own friend group, and then someone else will know this person in your friend group, and you've been introduced a couple times. That's kind of the thing of it. But this person's energy, I think that you can probably feel it weighing you down, because Alias is a pretty dark card too. I think you can feel this energy. I think you really can. There's like 3 people here, but maybe it's more. I'm getting a lot of channeling. The number 3 may be just significant. Night sky. It just feels like right now you're being weighed down by these people, by these expectations, by like everything. These people are like so weird about you. It's just kind of what I'm saying. It's just like they're weird. They want to hang over your energy like a cloud. All of these people, they want something from you, either for you to leave or for you to change so that they can accept themselves. Sometimes they're doing it maybe subconsciously, maybe partially consciously, but I'm saying it is you just bring out the worst in these people because you bring out the best in yourself. And that's not something to be ashamed of. That's something to embrace. And as much as people can say, like, no, you shouldn't think of yourself this way. You shouldn't try to be better than other people. You shouldn't blah, 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 blah. That's not based in reality. The reality is you are not better than any other person. You are not, you're not a god. You're not X, Y, and Z, you're not better. but you're more in alignment with yourself, and that makes you shine. People can shine in this world without being better than anyone else. Don't let them lie to you and say, oh, you think you're better than me, don't you? Because you don't. Through this entire reading, it's been your energy just doing whatever you want to do, trying to work on yourself. That's probably why you're looking up tarot readings. You're doing all of this work. That's why. It doesn't it's just strange. I'm going to take a picture of this and I'm going to let you ponder it over for a few minutes, and then we're going to draw some cards for what you can do, because I think you're doing fine, but also this energy is really weighing you down. So let me pause and let me get something else for you going. All right, I'm back. I drew some cards off mic just because I think that this part I just need to start talking. So what I drew was She Who Loved Once, blue, She Who Hopes, Renee, She Who Begins, Primavera, and then we have the Five of Swords reversed, we have, the glare, we have the Eight of Swords, the Eight of Cups, we have the Seven of Swords over here, the Eight of Cups is reversed, and then we have the Six of Wands reversed. What I'm seeing here is that this is a pretty heavy burden on you. What you need to do is you need to move away from all the fighting. You need to move away from what other people are doing. You can't tackle this problem like how society says that we should. Does that make sense to you? It doesn't make sense that for this problem you'd lean into what everyone else would be doing, which is getting even, posting TikToks about these people, making money off of them. I don't think that's going to heal you. You may have been thinking of doing it. I'm seeing this energy of, this is such a crazy story. I could post a TikTok about it. I could do a YouTube video, story time. Maybe you're content creators. I was getting a lot of content creation or TikTok, maybe using this person as inspiration. I don't think that's a very good idea. I think you need to leave the fight. And this is what the Five of Swords is telling me. This fighting with this person, posting them, making money off of them, it's not worth it. Because you're going to go into their energy and you're going to just flop around in there. You know what I mean? If you take this path, what I'm seeing with the Six of Wands, is that what is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? I still can't read. I still can't read Roman numerals. I just need to make sure. I'm terrible with counting and math and remembering. So with this Six of Swords, I'm getting confused. This is so, so it's reversed here. It's like that. There's no real victory to be had here. There's no homecoming when you do things at their level. You need to move away. What you need to do is you need to move away from the fighting, but you don't have to move away from your emotions. That's right. You don't have to move away from your emotions. You really don't. That's not something that you need to do. You need to be able to feel sad about this. You need to be able to look within yourself and say, this makes me sad. I feel isolated. And then you need to renew your hope. There may be a relationship coming to you soon. I'm not getting too much about that, but there may be a relationship. There may be someone you need to lean on in the future. And She Who Begins, Primavera, you need to get up and keep going. There are butterflies here, flowers, water. It's all about movement. Just move away. Just release it. And I know that I just immediately felt what do you mean just move away? These people hurt me. What are you saying? You're a witch and you're talking about forgiveness? Yeah, kind of. It sucks. It does suck. Normally in witchcraft we kind of get even. rather than, become the bigger person and just forgive and forget. But I'm thinking that's what you need to do here. Like, their energy is definitely weighing you down, but it's not worth it. No matter what your religion is, I'm thinking that right now you just kind of need to move from it. You're going to make out like a bandit, though, with the Seven of Swords. You're going to make out like a bandit when you leave. This person is like stealing a huge handful of like the swords. You're going to make it out. You're going to have everything that you need. There's nothing that you're going to need or, here, with any fight. There may be losses. There may be like, fighting. It causes pain. It causes all of this. Maybe someone would see your TikTok and it gets back to them and all of a sudden there's like an inquiry at work. You know what I mean? Like, this is not a fight. Their vibration is so low that if you lower themselves to their level, you're just going to get the same consequences they will for being so rude and nasty. You don't need to do all this. You're so above this. You're above this, like with Renee, she's looking into the water downwards, like she's looking, like it's so above. She's hoping, she's just doing her own thing. For like Primavera, she's looking away, she's moving away. You just need to do that. There's no need to get caught up in all of this people's drama and all of these people's emotions. Just like take a bath about it. Just like go take a bath. Take a walk, go into nature, just do something that brings you joy. And people are going to see you in your natural element, and you'll have your people come to you. If you may feel lonely right now. You may feel lonely, you may feel isolated, but that doesn't mean there aren't people who are going to see you. When you're at your most highest vibration, when you're at your most confident, when you're feeling yourself, when you're moving away from things that are negative, that's when like people who want to foster that will come to you. People who are insecure, full of shame, they want to hang out with other people who feel that way. And if somebody comes into their life without that shame, they want to drag them down to their level. Depression, feelings of sadness, it's addictive. It really is, because it creates this sort of comfort. This comfort where you are just stuck here. You're always the perpetual victim. You are always just life. And you know what? There may have been a lot of things happening here where you were the victim. I think that there are times where you kind of have to accept that you were victimized, but here's not the time. You're not a victim of these people. They are a victim of their own minds, and they're trying to bring you down to their level, and you don't have to go there. You really don't. You really don't have to go there. Why would you go there? It's weird down there. You're moving upwards, whether or not you think that you're where. One moment. Whether or not you think that you are at your peak, that you are above the shit that you were born into, the familial cycles, we got it the first time. It's like, it doesn't matter where you think you are. If you think that you're still in the trenches, you seeking out these things, like even clicking on a tarot reading, whether or not you're just giving me a chance or you believe in this stuff, that's an affirmation towards something better. When you're willing to kind of look at a situation from this perspective, from another person's perspective, to take advice, whether it is for entertainment purposes only or not a replacement for a professional's advice, you're making steps. And they hate that because people love to have company in their misery. And they love the misery. They're addicted to it. They're addicted to the way it makes them feel. They're addicted to the way it has others coddle them. But you don't need to accept this. This is not something that you need to do, that you need to accept, that you need to put energy towards, because that's just not how things work. It's really not. You don't have to do this. You don't have to accept this. You don't have to feel bad for them. You don't have to do anything except be yourself, move forward, and that's it. This reading, it felt like it was something that needed to be said, but also the solution is very, very, like, normal. You know what I mean? It's just like, don't play these games. Don't play these games. Just don't. There's nothing you really need to do. You just need to be more assured in yourself and don't play these games. So yeah, thank you very much for giving me a shot today. If you would like, I do have personalized readings up right now. I'm kind of debating whether or not to do a call. I'm a little bit shy to even post a YouTube video. But yeah, I'm one of those people who hates advertising. I'm too humble, but yeah, I've gotten a lot of great reviews. And you can check out my Tumblr, for anything that you might need. I do pick a pile cards on there if you want to do that. I'm thinking about reaching out to other socials as well, but that's mostly where I am active. I also post witchcraft stuff on there, paganism, if you are interested in that. If you are not, thank you so much anyways for viewing this video, for staying with me this long. I'll have, I don't think I can post links yet in my bio. I'll try and get it to you. I'll post up where you can Google it at least. So thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful evening. Drink some water, eat some food, take care of yourself today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.